Saturday morning right here. On the Q&A show. I hope you tuned in. We're the ones who never get up. Say his verse is never undone. All of us are talking is very. Tell me, who can be again? Tell me, who can hold you down? Tell me, who can be again? Tell me, everybody, come a miracle. Right here on the Image Matters Q&A show. Saturday morning. Come on, everybody. You are tuned into the Image Matters Q&A show, and we are excited. And I gotta go say woosah.
Yeah, what she said. Good morning, everyone. It's Saturday, so and it's 11 just after. So that means what? It means that you are here.
Yes, you are here
on the Image Matters Q&A show. And
that means you have gotten out of your bed. That means you did your laundry. That means you went and got your groceries. That means you did everything you had to do because the Image Matters Q&A show was on.
It also means that even if you didn't do all those things, because you've got your smartphone in your hand.
Wait a minute, hold up.
The phone is smart. Connects you to the things that you need to be connected to.
Wait a minute.
So therefore,
you need to graduate from the smartphone. Let me lay hands on you.
I'm sorry.
Let me lay hands on you for the iPhone.
Some people think.
Yes, Lord. Father, we thank you in the name of Jesus.
That iPhones go beyond smartphones.
That you.
And that's not the case.
Would allow.
I rebuke that
him.
iPhone spirit.
Listen, Linda.
Bring me back.
Oh my God. Listen, we are so excited. We have an amazing guest on. At least we need everyone to tag and share this video on today because we have a beautiful, amazing, I would say the superfragilistic guests on here today. And yeah, with the S.
Yes.
Because I know you're going to grammatically correct me and you'll say we need an S on there. Yes.
The guesses.
We have an awesome guest on today. Listen, it's Saturday morning, and listen, guess what it is, y'all? Do y'all know what this is?
It's February.
It's February, and you know what February is, right?
Yes.
What is it?
Tell me.
February
is the month that you were born in.
Oh, how did
At
you
least
know?
the world does not know at this time. Let me proclaim.
How could you ever
Somebody
guess
just
that?
had a birthday.
I cannot believe it.
She had a birthday.
Oh my gosh.
But since this is the month of February,
yes,
the celebration continues.
Yes. Guess what, y'all? It's my birthday. You know what? I gotta be fair because it's not just my birthday, it's my twins' birthday. So it's with the Wonder Twins, right? And so we're still celebrating all from since Thursday. And I was going to come on and tell everybody, thank you for all the messages, but I haven't even gotten to all the messages yet. But I will. And when I do, I'm going to respond to them. Right, baby?
Sometime next week.
So listen, happy birthday to all the Februarians,
Yes.
right? I'll say Februarians. Happy birthday to all the February babies.
And to Mammy Talbert, Dr.
Mammy
Woman
Talbert.
Of God.
Yeah.
Happy belated. I think yesterday was her birthday.
Yeah, she turned 65.
Yes,
that's a milestone.
65 and beautiful. So
yeah, 65 and beautiful and amazing. We want to shout out to all the people that's online today. Shout out to Gwen. Shout out to all the people that are coming on. Listen, tag and share the video on today. Share, because we got amazing guests.
Yes.
That's going to be on here today.
Thinking ahead.
It's Saturday morning. Do you know what? I said I wanted to say this too because we're at 53 degrees right now.
Oh, that's what it said. Yeah.
Yeah, 53 degrees, and we're in the middle of still winter. So I just feel like
in the Northeast, for those of us who are tuning in, because we recognize that.
There's Eastern Standard Time. That's true. Because there's some people on YouTube and some people are watching from all these different places.
Right now, our guests are all the way from down south, so
they from Atlanta.
But we
the AT. Well, no, you gotta go like this. They from the ATL.
Yeah, we're gonna get there.
ATL is in the house. So we're excited today. So we want to say happy birthday to all the February babies. We said that, we got that out the way, and we also want to make sure that we have our tea. Because you made the tea this morning, so I always have to make sure that we taste the tea, because this is the tea of the day. So let me go ahead and try this tea out and see what's going on with this tea. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see. Wait, now. Hold on, because y'all know you made it. So let me just try it out. All right. Let me see.
You prolong the pleasure.
You did that. You did
much.
that. I taste the ginger up in there. I mean, you know what I'm feeling? I'm just feeling a lot of refreshing, or renewing.
Yes. It's a lot of love when
it's a lot of love in this tea. Speaking of love, we know that some people don't celebrate the whole Valentine's Day because we think of it as the love day.
Yeah, we think of it as the one day.
As the one day where we celebrate love, and so many people are running out and buying roses, and some people are buying dead flowers and they're giving it to or some people are getting flowers off the, we have the flower people that's right on the street, right? When you pass your car, y'all know what I'm talking about. When a car drives by and you're on the highway and they're waiting for you right on the highway to give you some flowers. Okay, let's do this right, guys. Guys, we're not doing street flowers. You get it from the florist. You don't get it from the street, okay? We have to prepare because y'all gonna be in the doghouse if you do not prepare. All right, and I don't think you fellas want to be in the doghouse.
Why is such a foreboding message this
morning?
morning?
I have to say this because that's the tea. Cheers. So we have an amazing guest today that with the S. I hear you. With the S, and they are some special baby. Come on, talk about them.
Okay, so today we are honored to have as our guests a phenomenal couple.
Amazing.
Out of ATL, that is in Georgia. You know where that is. Yes. Who we are really pleased to have on board. They're doing some great things.
Yes.
And we can see some great things coming their way. So,
yes.
They're authors.
Yes.
Entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Man and woman of God.
Yes.
They
got a lot of hats.
They got a lot of hats on their heads. And we, it's something that we salute, because you should be all that you're called to be in this earth. That's what God made us to be.
Yes.
And so we have an opportunity to introduce to our audience and to present to those of us who know this couple will be happy to hear that they're on.
Yeah, and they're so special. Listen, they're going to talk about some things too that they're doing that's pretty amazing, especially with their new book. that's out, and we're going to hear a lot about that today because we think that is so important.
Right.
And then some of the other greater things that that they're doing. So we are excited to introduce to some
and present to others.
Come on, baby, give me the bullhorn sound because you always think I'm always doing it.
I'm not going to do the bullhorn. I'm just going to present a wonderful couple.
Yes.
Who speak for themselves.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
What's up? What's up? What's going on, guys?
Hey.
What's going on?
We are so happy that you guys are on right now. We're so excited that you're here and you have some amazing things that you all are doing. We thank everyone for joining us. Those that still tuning in, tag and share. This is an incredible couple. We promise you. Love them. We always say that, from the Caribbean. So we say we love him for a long time. We love you long time. So, we wanted to say hi. We love y'all. Just tell us a little bit about you guys. Just what you're doing. Just come on, let's just kick it.
Well, hey, of course, as you guys know, this is Rodney and Shelby Rogers. Hey, we are a blessed couple, a couple that God has favored in this season. But just a little bit about us. Hey, we've been married going on 9 years this September.
Yes.
Got 3 beautiful boys, Rodney Jr., Gabriel,
Hey.
and Caleb. Yes, guys. So we are the owners and founders of Rodney Rogers Ministries Incorporated. As you guys see, there's a lot of changes with that. We're excited about that. And that consists of a men and women's in a marriage group as well.
Yeah.
We're also going to have some real estate investment opportunity that's coming as well through this organization. What else we got? Oh, we're authors.
We have our here.
Yeah.
We are happy to display our book. We Are One.
Yes.
It is out. You can get it online at our website and then also on Amazon. So we are excited. We are so excited what God is doing, just bringing more vision, more businesses to mind, and just putting like all the key pieces. Everything is coming full circle, and we're blessed to just be here today.
And
to share.
Don't forget now about this design business that's like she has.
Yes. Shelby Rogers Interior Designs. You will get it soon in your local stores. I'm speaking it into existence. Okay.
It will be. That's right. And she's pretty amazing. Those of you, I don't know if you ever got to see, but try to visit her page and Rodney. She's an amazing interior designer, and she has a lot of samples and stuff that's out there right now. You can see it on her page and so forth. But she does amazing things. She already started doing it in our house, and I'm telling y'all, if you need an interior decorator,
okay.
While you it's gonna be very hard to get it at one point, So those of you that wanna, it's gonna be a little hard. So I got
speak it.
Start putting your orders in now. You start
book me now. Call me now.
They call me now. Book me now. Book me now. You gotta book up. Otherwise, some of y'all gonna get left behind. I'll just say that.
Amen. Amen. Listen. This is awesome. But listen, we are grateful for the opportunity as well. Let's not forget about you guys. We're so grateful.
Yes.
Listen, this is a divine relationship that God connected us together. I am so joyful, so excited about what's coming between us, as well. But most importantly, just the connection in itself. I know that was divine. I mean, the relationship clicked instantly. There was no hesitation. Spirit synced. God moved, and God is still moving. So we are grateful for you guys. We love you guys dearly. So we want to ensure that we give you the gratitude and the accolades that you guys deserve also during this season. So amen.
We love the image matters, all the image love. I just love it. And it's just shines so bright, the love that you guys have for each other, and I feel it just pouring out into everybody that you all meet. And I know that we just enjoy being in your presence because of the love that you guys share for each other. And shop fabulous Always sharp as a tack. Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
fresh,
Every
fresh to
time.
death,
I'm ready for the
telling you.
boutique. I'm ready to
Hey, oh, and it's coming. You know it. It's coming. Get ready. Get ready.
We just love y'all so much. I know. Shout out to the Gathering House, to
Amen.
Pastor Kim, to all of the Gathering House. Shout out to ATL, all Atlanta. We just love all of you so much, and we know that you're right. I mean, we really believe that God ordained this, and you guys are truly an amazing couple. We say that all the time. Y'all are really beautiful. Y'all have. You know what? It's so important that when we build relationships that we understand the heart, because the heart is what really matters, even though image matters too, but we always say that the heart matters, because a lot of times we have it where people would speak out of their mouth, but what's really in their heart is what really counts, because the heart really speaks more than the mouth. And so when we met you, and when I met you, I met y'all first, and then I told Harry about you guys, and then it was just an automatic click. And I think it's because your heart, both of you, your heart speaks, and the love of your heart speaks. And so even when you see y'all, that's what we see. We see the heart, and we see a love, not just from a physical standpoint, but also from a spiritual standpoint. And so we're grateful to God to have you all in our lives, and it's just truly amazing. And I wanted to talk about that book a little bit, because it's just ironic that we are couples and we're here today, and we wanted to kind of talk a little bit about this really amazing book, because marriages are very, very hard today, and a lot of people are going through in marriages, and that that's even a plug-in, because we have a relationship focus that's coming up on Friday on the 18th, and this lovely couple that's going to be a part of. And so tell us a little bit about hi Pastor Greg, tell us a little bit about how We Are One came about, just a brief, some little history, because I think people need to know that people feel like when you come together as a couple, that boom, it's like okay, everything's rosy, everything's good, okay, yeah, we're living the life like it's golden, like Jill Scott, but it's not like that. And so but there's so many things and intricacies in it, in marriage, that it's everything's not the same. So tell us a little bit about how We Are One came about.
Yes, We Are One. This is our testimonial book. I feel like we talk about just a few of the many testimonies that have been happening to us as we have grown into being one. As the Bible says, and the two became one. That means one body, one mind, one spirit together, and tied together by, God being at the forefront in the middle. And we've just been through so many different situations and circumstances where we've lost everything, where we've been mad at each other. We've, said things that we shouldn't have said to each other. And we just wanted to put this in a book so that it will be, it can minister to someone else that are newlyweds, that are dating, or even older, or you're seasoned in your marriage, where you may have been married, some 30 plus years, but you have now forgotten what love looks like in a different way, in a different light. How do you, show your love to each other? So these are it seems simple, but of course it's hard to apply. But we have broken that down in this book for those newlyweds and people in relationships, to show them that, we're not perfect. And it opens by saying that marriage is not about two perfect people. It's about two imperfect people coming together as one. So we just display all that in the book, and it's so crazy, but we're still just growing as one together. But it's like when we finally finished this book, which it took us about a year or two to get done with. Once we got done with this book, it's like, wow, God really took us through some things, allow some things to happen to us in making this book and putting it together, that now we're like stuck to glue.
Yeah. So I was going to add too, this book is very prophetic. and its approach. Many people who purchased the book may not recognize it, but I remember when I was in my office just praying and asking God, what is the next assignment for me? What is the next assignment for us? And to be transparent, I was going to initially write the book myself. And as I was praying, I heard God said, you guys are finally one. Finally one. I said, finally? I said, why wasn't we one in the beginning? And God says, because all of these foundational principles that I'm giving you to write in this book, you guys have accomplished it. And now it's time for you guys to show this to the world. And the book was so prophetic in its approach. And God began to speak to me. And God said, do not do this book alone. And I said, okay. And the Lord said, go downstairs and ask your wife to join you in writing this book.
Wow.
And what many people don't know in this process was that the challenge wasn't writing the book, because we already had the principles in our spirit, in our heart. But the challenge was, this is another task that God gave before us, is for us to get it and bring it together collectively.
Right.
And that was the approach. And God did it so purposely, so prophetic approach in this thing, because we had to become even closer as one to even get the book written. And we had friction, just to be transparent. There was friction in the process.
Wow.
But in the friction, God was able to give us some sound principles, so day-to-day real life principles that we haven't experienced before. But as we were writing the book, we wanted to release it sooner. God allowed us to go through some more things so we can get more substance to put in the book. So this book is a so prophetic approach. God is all the way in it. It's spirit led. There's no emotional ties to this. This is the true foundational principles that God has given us. And also, as you guys will see as well in this book, you're going to see there is a lot of foundational scriptural basis as well, but also a spiritual insight, because one thing that we learned in early in our marriage is that we started off looking at things in the flesh, right? And we start seeing what we can attain from each other and give to each other, right? But God said, those are only tools that I've given you guys, and that should not be the foundation of it. The foundation is what you guys should see in spirit, and where you guys coming together collectively, moving in unity until you guys become one. And many people think you become one day one in your marriage, but I'm telling you, it doesn't start day one. It doesn't start until you guys get into the fullness of God and walking in purpose and knowing that both you guys are one in the household. And that's when the transition, that's when the shift begins in your life. So this book will give you so much. And you guys will also see an approach from my testimonials as well. But it's an exciting book. Actually, there's a part 2 of this book that we're going to have coming later. So that's exciting. So we'll give you guys more, and we're going to have I think we're going to do. We're working on a master class as well, so that we can reach out to a broader audience. If you guys can see us visually talk about these things that we overcame as well. So yeah.
Wow.
That is
Man.
That's an awesome testimony there. That's in the process. But when you said in the process of making it, there was friction and there were challenges.
Right.
And it's true that what you say, when we get married, what the Lord showed me was that, two becoming one, it's one thing that when you make a commitment that you're spiritually bounded by that commitment, you do become one. And the Bible said you shall become one flesh. But in the process of working out that oneness, you have challenges of dealing with each other's personalities, with each other's various differences, let's put it that way, and that through the process of time, with God's being the center of it all, which I know you guys have discovered, it brings you and binds you more so where all the principles that you have learned to play.
Yes.
So go ahead. You want to say something?
I was going to say that's good. As you guys are talking, I'm looking at your sign, right? And it says, "Be the light."
Right.
Yes.
And God just gave me a revelation that marriage it should be the light of God in the earth.
That's right.
A direct representation of Christ, the body of the church, that we should operate in God's light, and to know that God is going to do things in us and through us in this time. So that's good, man. This is a awesome testimony. I mean, it's exciting. I mean, even sometimes we think about it, like during our prayer time, we have moments of emotional moments and just cry about where we came from homelessness all the way up to where we are today, and it's only but God that can do that. So,
Man, it's powerful.
One thing I know, Alicia and I both see it, is that when we look at you guys, we don't look at you as being two separate, even though you both individually can stand out on your own. But we kind of look at it maybe because you're kind of a reflection of how we see ourselves.
Amen.
And that you guys, Bible says one will chase 1,000, two will put 10,000 to flight. You guys are a force, and not just for for the Lord, but for the kingdom. And beautiful thing to see, and that you guys are the examples,
Yes.
or an example of what a couple should be like, and that your ministry is really part of it, at least, is about family and about a couple, and about promoting marriage, which is under attack in this this day and age in such a way. So we support you in that regard, and we encourage you to keep on doing it because you're doing a good job.
Yeah, I was gonna say too, like, how did you guys meet? I mean, what happened?
Oh my God! See,
Let's get
Let's go. Wait, hold on. Let's get the tea.
see, he got his story and I got mine.
Yes.
we got time.
But it was wonderful. We met in college at Kennesaw State University. It's so crazy, but we both were going to different colleges first, and then we ended up transferring to Kennesaw like in the same year.
Wow.
So at the time, we both were dating somebody else, and
I was trying to snatch it early, but Lord said, "Wait for it."
so like my wait, don't push it. Don't push it.
But wait, there's more.
right. But yeah, my then like sorority sisters knew him. And so they ended up hanging out with him. And he said that I used to be in my room a whole lot, like my dorm room all the time. And then there was this one day, because my sorority sisters have been talking about me all the time. He was like, "Hey, I want to meet this shit. Y'all keep talking about her. I want to meet her." And the same thing for me. They would come around me talking about him like he was this big man on campus. And I was like, man, I need to meet me some variety, because he sounds like he got it going on. You know what I'm saying? And so finally I came out of my room one day, and I'm telling you, it was an attraction, but we didn't say anything too much to each other.
I said so. I took action.
He gave me a little smack on the booty, and so it just went on from there with the flirting and just on and on, honey.
But no, that's good. That's good, because those are moments that I cherish today. And sometimes you have to take yourself back to those moments to remind yourself, hey, you do that in your marriage now. There's nothing stopping you but yourself to have those moments like that. But honestly, I saw my wife. I'm gonna give you the short story. 3 years before I met her in a dream.
Wow.
God showed me her in a dream 3 years before I met her. And I remember when I transferred to Kennesaw State, when I first saw her, I was going back to the dorm, and she was going back to class. And I saw her, and I stopped immediately when I saw her. And I said, I don't seen this young lady somewhere before. And I'm like, where did I see her at? And I said, Lord. And the Lord reminded me of the dream that very moment. He said, that's going to be your wife. And I said, man, no. I said, that can't be my wife. I said, no, that's not her. I said, that's not who I saw. Right? So time goes on, and this time I'm in the military and everything as well. And I remember I used to see her on campus. She was partying. She would come and listen, God, I'm telling y'all, I'm got to tell y'all this.
Yes.
Listen, we wasn't always holy.
Right.
So,
in our former days.
No, we wasn't always holy. So
we can still be the party.
Look.
So,
So I remember look, I remember we had this 80s party on campus. And she was scrolling in with her line sisters. Of course, she's denounced her letters since then, but she was strolling with her line sisters. This girl stopped the whole line just to tell me, hey Rodney, and went back. She is drunk, y'all. I'm like, she is drunk. I said, oh my God. So listen, so we fast forward.
We always getting a little.
Fast forward, right? And at this time, I was ready to get deployed overseas with the Air Force and stuff. And I had just got my orders, and I inboxed her on Facebook, and I said, listen, let's go out on a date She said, okay. And I mean, she responded back within seconds, like she was waiting for me to go on this Facebook. So, but crazy thing is, we never went. I'm like, oh my God, so we never went. So I got back from over there, and I was stationed in Valdosta, Georgia, not in Kennesaw at this time. And she used to come see me and stuff. But I remember her line sister called me and said, right now, are you single now? And I said, yeah, I'm single. I've been single about 6 months now. She said, okay. She said, well, my friend, she's still single. I said, okay. I said, who this friend? I said, who is this friend? Oh, Shelby. I said, okay. I said, you tell Shelby to call me. That's what I'm like. Girl ended up calling me at 4 a.m.
Yeah. The party didn't stop. We were still out. And I was like, I'm going to text her right now.
And y'all, just to give you that part, but the rest has been history. God has done some amazing things in us and through us. I mean, we was the perfect people for us at that moment in our lives. Wow. And when I met her, I was transitioning, and I went homeless. I didn't have anywhere to stay. Wow. Didn't have anything to pay bills, and this girl supported me at my lowest point.
He took his car back at one time. We drove the same car for a while.
I took my car back, and I said, Lord, if you truly said this girl is going to be my wife, she's going to be here. And I took my car back, and I literally got in the car with her, and she said, babe, we're going to work it out. And in that moment, I cried, and I just cried, and I said, thank you.
Ride or die.
But yeah, guys, it was definitely divine. This was a divine orchestration. This is something God really intended for us to happen. And we didn't realize it until recently, until maybe 2 years ago, at the impact that we was going to make in the world. Yeah. And God orchestrated us for a season as such, because right now that is an attack on marriages, right? The enemy does not want marriages to come together, but God is in the midst of creating divine relationships, two people coming together to be one. And God's doing that very fast, very expeditiously. And also in this time, we got to be careful on who we connect with as far as marriage matters. Because if you bring somebody into your life that you're not God have you connected to, it's going to mess up your purpose. Your purpose is going to diminish, and it's going to allow you to take back some time that you already should have been gaining. So it's like,
that's it.
Listen, so this is a serious matter. I don't think people understand the dynamics of marriage. And don't just get married just to get married. Get married to be purposeful, to have purpose, to make an impact, to change lives around everybody that's connected to you, and build together. So if anything you guys can receive today, marriage is beautiful, but it's really but most importantly, it's about what you make of it.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
No, I you said something a moment ago that really it triggered something in me when you said that it's impactful and it's purposeful, and you're right in that people get married and they you go into it from an emotional standpoint. I feel great with this person. I feel like it could be forever, and have no concept of the trials that your relationship is going to go through.
Right.
The ebb and the flow, the ups and the downs, and if you don't have a foundation that's going to keep you solid and focus on moving ahead, as opposed to being distracted by the things that come your way that may not be, let's say, tasteful. Stuff happens, right?
Yeah.
But that if you have that mindset, that proper mindset, that you can really make it like you guys are doing, and there is an attack.
There's serious an attack. I mean, even for us, we know. We were just saying it the other day, but this year we'll know each other 30 years.
Wow.
Right. And we'll be married 27 this year, right?
Wow.
So you're always ever growing, you're always learning. And I think that's what makes marriage exciting, because you're always reinventing, you're always doing new things. That's why sometimes I come in and Harry's like, who's that? Because my hair changes all the time. So so it's like this is what we saw in y'all. It's like it's just like you all are so full of life.
Right.
And although you've been through the rough periods and rough times and situations, because that's how it's always going to be. But like you said, I like what you said. about Shelby when she said, you know what, it's us. It's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
And if, when you have that you have the cord, which is of course, God is the center. We always call it our base.
That's right.
We've
No,
always
yeah.
base, no matter what's going on. If there's a and woof, if something's going on, right? We can always say we got a base to go to.
Right.
That's a focal point, and then also, it's two different people. You're gonna agree to disagree about a lot of things,
Yeah.
So, and you all have really shown how you can come from the toughest of times and to build to a place. Now you have a book, and now you're telling other people, listen, marriage can work if you work.
Yeah. And it's good because people attend marriage to change someone. Once
Yeah.
they get married, but marriage doesn't change. The process changes.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I tell people, don't go into this mentality as if you're going to change them, because there was a time where I was trying to change how my wife looked at things, but God convicted me, and God said, "What are you going to do to change yourself?"
That's right. That's right.
And God said, "Once you change, your house is going to get lined up with it." And as soon as I began to change and shift my life, oh my God, that alignment became, it came into order faster than I thought, and things started happening. We start seeing progression. We start seeing our communication get better. We started seeing our sex life get better. I'm just being real. Like all of this stuff. Listen, God created sex, so we can talk about this, y'all. So hey, listen, that's part of it, right? So all these things got in alignment.
The tea.
Hey, sip the tea. You should have brought some people up. Hey, so I'm telling you guys, we are a living witness to what God can do, right? And honestly, this has hit my spirit, right? I got a quote on the back of the book. It's from George Eliot, right? And it says, "What greater thing is better for two human souls than to feel that they are joined for life, to strengthen each other in labor, to rest on each other in all sorrow, to minister to each other in silent, unspeakable memories at the moment of the last parting, right? To death do us apart." So this is a journey. Wow. This is a day-by-day cycle. Every day we learn something new about each other. Every day I have to go back and really convict myself sometimes to say, Rodney, you should have never said that. You should have never done this. You should have approached it this way, right? Because we're not perfect people, but sometimes we have to just die to yourself and realize that, listen, you guys are in this together, right?
Right.
Like that, enemy tried to get us in this home. There was a decision she made, and I told her, I don't want to move. I want to buy another house. I said, I'm not doing it. I'm not. I'm just being honest. I said, I'm not doing it. I said, why would I do this? And now we don't lost all this chunk of money out of our house. So I'm not buying this house.
Yeah.
Honestly, as soon as I went to my prayer room the next morning, God said, boy, what is wrong with you?
Right.
Right. That's how God talking. God said, listen, I'm going to bless you regardless. Just because there's one simple mistake doesn't mean that favor is not still upon you.
Or the promise
and the promises. So we, in our mistakes, there's still a blessing. What is the good in it? And I have to shift my perspective to say, listen, now my wife is home. She's with my kids. She's giving me more time for the ministry we're building, where he's taking us as pastors, right? So there was so much that I had to look and change perspective. But in that moment, I was so self-centered on what I wanted to attain in the flesh, but I wasn't looking what God was doing in the spirit.
That's pretty deep. I the part where you said that you really in a relationship, in a marriage, you really have to look at yourself first, because the easiest thing for us to do is to look at our partners and go fault finding.
Yeah.
But as the Lord showed you, you have to really say, okay, what am I doing that makes this relationship better? Or what am I doing that makes my wife's life, my family life better? As a result of my efforts. Yeah. Because we all are flawed, right? We all have our areas where we need to work on. Sometimes it's impatience, right?
Yeah.
Intolerance, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You gotta be like, okay, well, I gotta work on that. And then the more you do it, to me, my experience is the better it is for your relationship, because that means to me is that you're not putting yourself first.
Yeah.
You're putting the people that are in your life, your wife, your family, they come first, which is what it ought to be.
Yeah.
And I see you guys both doing the same thing, and that really is part of what makes a marriage solid, and it's going to last you know, the whole passage of time.
And I was gonna say too, I remember even when, when I got married, when Harry, we got engaged and everything. One of the things I know for me that I wrestled with was that I was always independent.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of things going on with my life. I got married really young, but I had a lot of things going on.
12 years old.
And I was yeah, I was just skipping down the road, socks on, but I was very independent. I was independent, and I remember one of the things when I got engaged and I started thinking, I said, well, I'm gonna have to change some things now.
Mm.
Now it's not just me.
Right.
I have to answer, now I have to compromise. Now I have to, say, listen, I'm going to be here today, or I at least got to let him know where I'm at,
Right.
And so that was a struggle for me. It really was, because I was always, look, I'm going to get my stuff up. I'm going, I got an appointment here. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I was just like, okay, whoa, I got to do this now,
Mm-hmm. It's a change.
It changed because now I'm, it becomes that. But one thing I'll have to say about Harry and what I really do love about him is that he didn't allow me, he didn't make me change myself.
Right.
I'm able to be who I am, and I don't have to be anything else, because I'm just Alicia, and I can be Alicia around him. I don't have to have no airs. I don't have to have anything. I could just and he's supportive, like, babe, I want you to be who you are. I don't want you to ever feel like you're not who you are with me, because then that's not going to make the relationship in our marriage.
Right.
And so it's like you said, when you get into marriage, you have your struggles and things that you go through from a personal level.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have to think about it and say, sometimes you have to say, you know what? And in arguments, it's me.
Yes.
After you dust under the table a little bit,
Right.
and you go, oh, I remember one day me and Harry had this heated argument. We was in the car, like,
Look at Harry sipping it to you.
arguing and everything. I don't want to hear nothing from him. And I turned my back and everything. I was like, I ain't saying nothing. And going in the car, and then the door slams, and then you sitting in I'm sitting in the passenger side, and he's driving, and I'm just like, I ain't gonna say one word to him. I'm just
Hey, Harry, you playing hard to get in that moment, Harry. Hey.
I got attitude and everything, like,
man, this one here. She used to be that.
I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing. And the part of me is like, you should apologize, right? Because it was you.
Right.
And I'm like, I ain't saying nothing.
Right.
But the thing is, one of us has to say something, right?
Yeah.
We break the ice, and that we're not going to bed, man.
Right.
And then then somebody's out in the basement somewhere, and somebody's trying to sleep on the couch. No, we ain't doing that.
No, we never did that.
I know. I can so relate to that, because as women, and because of the big feminist movement, and I think it's the Me Too and all of that, it's so easy to get caught up, especially when you're married and thinking totally independency.
Yes.
All the time.
Yes.
And losing the focus that we're in this together.
That's
my
right.
husband is an equal to me, and he is the one that is over my household, so I have to give him that utmost respect. Like, when I come home from the job, being the boss lady and stuff, I need to take off that wig. I need to take off my hat and be there for my man and say, hey, can I cater to you? Because maybe this is your day, And but it's
you.
Right. I struggle with that too, because early in our marriage, because we were having children so early, and childcare had completely changed from when, like, our parents were taking care of us and things. And so financially, it was not a good decision for us to be putting our kids in childcare and then still struggle like, okay, how are we going to pay this bill? How are we going to get food on the table? How are we going to pay for doctor's bill? All of this came into play, what we were thinking about at the time. And so we decided to allow me to stay home. But that was like a personal issue that I had started to regret because, and this goes into another issue of just being careful of the friends that you have around you or the people that you just allow to, talk and speak into your life or make you feel that you're inferior, that you're not doing enough for yourself. So at that time, I was a stay-home mom. I love being at home with my kids, but there was still something inside that just kept saying, I want my own career. I want to be out. I want to be doing this, that, and the other. I feel like I'm not doing enough. But like you said, like just how Harry was to you, that reminder that you can go and be who you want to be. Rodney was the same thing for me. He was like, you're doing enough. You're at home. You're taking care of me. You're taking care of our kids. Whatever you need for our household, I'm here for you. But that was just that independent spirit, that was always on me. And I was a stay-home mom for a while, but then I went back to working, and that was during our bankruptcy period. And so, yes, it blessed us a whole lot. But then that was also a lesson learned for me that God was saying, okay, you so wanted this job, you wanted this career, I'm going to give it to you. Well, guess what? It ended up being a lesson where it was hell on earth at that job.
No,
the point where I pleaded. I was like, I'm ready to go back home. I done learned my lesson, God. I want to be a stay-home wife. I learned my lesson. So, God graced me, to go back into the job. But then also now, that I'm back home, I'm just super grateful for everything this man does for me, does for our family. And then another thing, we've been talking about so many good things just here today. But what I teach a lot of the women is what you make it. And we've all been saying that your marriage is what you make it. Right. If you got in the marriage, when you first said, I do, and you said those vows, that means that you made a commitment to your spouse, to yourself, and unto God as a covenant to him. So you have to make the best of your marriage. So if one person say like, well, one thing me and Rodney dealt with was the affectionate piece. Right. Growing up, he didn't really have a lot of people that hugged on him, or he didn't really see it. Yes, they may have said it from time to time, but he did not see it displayed a lot around the people that were in his life. But in my family, we did it all the time, and we had goals, that we went out and we got what we said we was going to, go for, going to college or completing different programs, starting businesses and things like that. He had people like that too, but it just wasn't displayed to him all the time. Right. So that love piece, I'll never forget. We were in my dorm room, and he was, I don't know, he was going through something with his family or whatever, and I just felt like that it was on him like a ton of bricks, that he was just breaking down, that whatever this is, it was affecting him physically and mentally to keep having to worry about it. And I just went over to him and I gave him a hug. And I was like, come on, baby. I said, you must wasn't hugged enough. And I kid you not, he bawled right there in my arms, y'all. I was like, dear God, this baby is
And you know what? I love that because, it's so good. When you said that, it's like, it's okay to be vulnerable. Yeah. Right. And when you have the love for one another, because, there are times, and we always say, by nature, right? It'll be like, it's supposed to be like, oh, I don't got this, but it's okay, to do that. And sometimes you're going to have those moments where, you both cry or you both come and you both love on each other, because that in itself, is a building to your marriage, because you're putting yourself, your place of vulnerability, and that place, when you have someone that really, really loves you, that place can be a beautiful place, because it's almost like a release of sort, right? Yeah, release of sort of anything that you may be going through together. So, I appreciate that. It's okay. I told her it's okay for men to cry.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, it's funny. I know I gotta probably move on to the next, but I was on a men's group call. I got invited to come on, and and the men were in the beginning. Of course, it was as they was hesitant about opening it up. They're trying to keep it private.
Right.
And God said, "My son, I know you want to listen, but He said, start the conversation."
Yeah.
And I started the conversation, and I started pouring out my vulnerability, and things began to shift in the room, and then all the guys started talking about their issues and things they're dealing with right now. But in your vulnerability, especially for men, right, that's where you find your purpose.
Yeah.
And if you're not vulnerable, that goes to show you don't even have the proper alignment or relationship with God Himself. Because God is a man; He wants you to come to Him vulnerable.
That's
God
right.
is until you come in with the right heart of posture with Him. So
That's right.
your vulnerability is key, especially as a man in the household, because at the end of the day, we're not leading. God is leading it. God is just having us as a shepherd of our house.
That's right. That's right.
So we got to submit to someone, and that someone got to be God. It
Yeah.
has to be God. And if you submit to Him, oh my God, man, you begin to see how you become vulnerable with your wife, with
That's
your
right.
kids.
That's
You
right.
start seeing yourself discipline your kids in different ways instead of coming at them very aggressive. Because I used to be a very aggressive person. I used to be that hothead. You know, I used to be. You know, but God, but it's like God used. It's like listen, but it's like God began to just shift my heart. And one day I'm like, this ain't me. What I'm crying for? You know, I'm like, what is this?
That's right.
And it's like God is sitting back like, yeah, I got you, boy.
I call it he had a come to Jesus moment.
Yeah.
So that's powerful. It's powerful. And men, we got to start becoming more vulnerable in our household. Our wives and our kids need to see that side of us.
Right.
Right? Because it's such a wrong stigma in the culture, in our culture, that men are supposed to walk around with their chest high.
Right.
Yeah.
No emotion, don't cry, but cry in your secret place. No.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. That's
Show your emotions, because you can imagine the impact it plays on, especially your son and your daughters in their lives, because your daughter needs to see what a real man looks like, and your son needs to do the same. And it's so impactful. And I'm telling you, even my kids, like now, some of the things I started out how I raised them, right? And I'm looking like they're only responding this way because how I used to be.
Right.
And it's like now I'm having to recoup that and show them a different way. And each day it's changing. Now they're like, when they come, Daddy, okay, you want to talk? And now we talk, we have conversations now. Now every now and then we may have to, hey, hey, and then it's in the word. Now I'm gonna but every now and then, but most of the time you need to have a conversation to give them the why behind we're providing this discipline for them, right? And it's the same thing with God. Hey, He's providing the why. And if your why has to you be in that moment when you're crying or you're vulnerable, then you have to go there. So yeah, it's good.
I mean, we can talk about this, for hours. And we know when we get together, we do talk for hours, right?
Yeah, I show
But tell us before we leave, because we have a little about some of the projects that you're working on right now.
Wow, man, there's so many, man. So right now we're working on a huge project. I'm not going to announce it yet. That's gonna be my baby. I'm gonna wait till everybody else see that. But right now, we're restructuring our ministry. So it used to be called God's Plan Ministries, but God gave me. He said, "No, you need to put your name on this. People need to know you across the world." So we changed to Rodney Rogers Ministry. So now we have a social media side. We're doing social media consulting.
Right.
We do have a men and women's group. Shelby is called Hey Sis. Mine is called MPP, Men Pursuing Purpose. Your phone just talking to us. And we also just added the Shelby Rogers Interior Design Organization part of that, and that's going to tie into some things later on in the future that we're working on right now. I'm actually working on another book, and I'm gonna give you the name. It's called Connecting to God, right? So I'm going to write a spiritual book about how you connect to God, and I'm going to make it so simple that if you could just apply the principles, you'll begin to connect to God in a different way, in ways that you didn't think God existed. And these are things I had to learn through my process of connecting to God, right? I know a lot of times we find out who God is on a foundational basis, but God wants you to know Him on a spiritual basis, right?
That's right.
And as I grew in that, God told me, say, hey, begin to write these things out. And just the intro is going to blow your mind. And it talks about the fullness of God and how you see God in his fullness, right? And it's amazing, but I ain't gonna go too far into it. But yeah, so that's some projects we got going on. We also got our Love Theory panel that we're planning for this May. We got that coming. That was very powerful last year. Oh my God, it was so awesome. We had some dynamic relationship people. These guys are going to be on it, so they already know we talked about it already. It's going to be an awesome time, and we're going to do like a little spin to it. Get it out a little bit more interaction. But it's going to be awesome, man. But I'm just excited what God is doing this season, and just to tell you guys, if God has laid anything on your heart at this time, you need to do it, even if you don't have it all together.
That's right.
Just begin, and God, you begin to see God breathe on it. So we're just excited. We're excited, man. It's excited. Yeah.
Man, what a blessing. We have so many people just responding. Shout out to Gwen. This is Gwen that's on here today. She says, learning how to be your spouse's friend is very important.
Yes.
It's important to have vulnerability. These are so many vital points that are coming up. Oh, shout out to Bishop Cosmo Jackson. Thank you for being on.
Thank you,
Our sister, Pastor Stephanie Kimbrough. There are a lot of people that are looking on today, but it's so important to have that. And like I said, you all are just doing amazing job. Tell everybody where they can get this book now. This We Are One.
Yeah, and how we can reach you.
And how we can reach you.
Yeah, so you can follow us. You can purchase the book at www.rodneyrogersministries.org. We have a bunch of apparel and also the book there as well.
Yeah.
You can reach us on Instagram at _Rodney Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
You can reach Shelby.
And _Shelby Rogers or Shelby's Interior Designs. Yes, you can reach us there too.
Woo! Yes. Love it. Like, and you have I know you have the book signing that's coming up soon. Like, I know you had it already, or
Yeah. So the book sign is going to be the 26th of this month. It's going to be at the Book Exchange store in Marietta, Georgia. So we're excited. We got in 4 stores within the month of releasing it. So we'll be in a bookstore and down there in what is it? Jonesboro, Georgia.
Yeah.
We're in Book Exchange bookstore here in Marietta, Georgia. We're also in Fig Lee's Christian Bookstore in Tifton, Georgia, my hometown. Shout out.
Hey, shout out to Tifton, Georgia.
We also just got in Barnes and Nobles, y'all.
Yeah.
That is awesome, man. So God is moving. So,
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, we know this is just the beginning of some great things that are coming your way.
It's amazing.
We thank God for it because you guys are a shining example of what can be done when two walk together in agreement.
Yes.
And that you put your relationships first, one with God, and that you with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So salute you guys.
Yeah.
And you have
we can't wait to see you guys next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
But actually, we hope to see you guys tonight if you have time. Because tonight we salute somebody who has a birthday celebration.
Yep. That's tonight.
That's right.
Tonight we're having a Zoom party, and I hope she's going to be really happy. Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah. So we'll tune in. We'll probably have some people here, but we'll tune in.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, listen. I'm so grateful to everyone. I know Harry is, and to you all being on with us today. And this is definitely not the last time.
Hey, most definitely.
And I know we're going to be with each other a lot. Again, you both are a truly amazing. Hi, Tiffany Barker. That's my girl. Listen, if y'all are an amazing couple, and it's just so much that we could say, and we know we could say it to you all, but you're amazing, and you're helping many people, especially our young couples, because we know y'all are a young couple. And to be married 9 years, hey, it's a beautiful thing. 9 years is not 9 days. Come on.
Right.
And it's just good to see a powerful couple like you both that are doing great and mighty things right now in the earth. And we look forward to doing so many things with you guys.
Yeah.
And listen, I tell you out loud.
Okay.
Like this.
Yay! All right.
So listen. You all have been tuning into the Image Matters Q&A show. You just saw an amazing couple. Shelby and Rodney. You saw everything where to get their book called We Are One. They got so many great things happening. Listen, make sure you get on their page, look at everything that they do.
Follow them.
They are follow them.
Doing
They're
some
an
great
amazing
things.
couple. I know that, relationships are so important. So connect with people that are going somewhere that's doing great and mighty things. This
Amen.
right here is doing it.
Yes.
Doing it. This old song used to be doing it and doing it and doing it.
Right.
Doing it and doing it and doing it. Well, no. So
Okay.
thank you all. So listen, we want you all to continue to tune into the Image Matters Q&A show. We hope y'all had an amazing Saturday with our
Yes.
awesome guests. And we want you all to tune in even on next week. Listen, on Friday, please, Friday, as somebody say Friday,
Friday.
February the 18th,
That's it, Friday.
there is going to be the relationship focus on marriages. And those of you that want to tune in, make sure you tag and share
Yes.
the video. Make sure
Well,
you
before we go, we got somebody else.
Yes.
I'm glad you guys
and
made it.
tune in. We have another beautiful couple that's Vivi and Charles. Thanks so much, y'all.
Awesome.
We
Thank
love
you,
y'all.
guys.
Listen, those of you that celebrate this whole love weekend, that's why we have couples on here.
That's right.
We got some amazing couples that's on right now.
That's right.
And we want y'all to tune in on Friday the 18th.
Yes.
We're with relationship focus. You're gonna have Shelby and Rodney on there. I know Bibi and Charles are gonna be looking on. It's gonna be an amazing. We want y'all to have a fantabulous weekend. And
Yes.
as we get ready to go out, we want to say to you all that you know what y'all are, right? Y'all a miracle.
Hey.
Yay.
Hey.
Turn on the lights and we now say I'm walking in power, walking in favor. Spread the news and go say I'm walking in power, walking in favor.
Come on, baby.
Got the smile on your face, hands in the air. Everything I'm around. You can be against.
Follow this song.
Come on. Everybody sing. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Q&A show. We love you all. Have an awesome, amazing weekend. Mwah.
We're the ones who never go. Say his love,